All right, buckle up, because today's deep dive is a wild one. We're diving headfirst into a family vacation gone wrong. Think luxury resorts, questionable decisions, and a whole lot of sibling rivalry.
We're talking about the kind of story that makes you wonder, are you the asshole for just wanting a good night's sleep?
Especially when that sleep might come at the expense of your brother's dignity, or maybe even a hotel room door. So, dear listener, imagine this. Picture-perfect family getaway, sun, sand, swim-up bars, the works. But there's a twist.
There's always a twist.
Right, there's always a catch, and in this case, it's the narrator's older brother. Let's just say he's got a bit of a reputation for, how do we put this delicately?
Embracing the party scene. A little too enthusiastically, perhaps.
Exactly. A few too many trips to that swim-up bar, and things tend to go a little sideways. And it sounds like our narrator, they've been down this road before.
Oh, playing the role of the responsible one, fielding those 4 a.m. come-get-me calls. You know the ones.
Oh, believe me, I've been there.
Yeah.
It's never a good sign when the phone rings after 2 a.m.
Yeah.
But back to our story. Our narrator, they're trying to set some boundaries this time around. You know, enjoy the vacation, have a few drinks, maybe dance a little, but ultimately get some sleep. Reasonable, right?
Absolutely. Especially when you've got those early morning family activities planned, the ones that require, actual brain cells.
Which brings us to the turning point in our story. Picture this. It's midnight, the music's winding down, and our narrator reminds their brother about those early morning plans. You know, the ones he agreed to. Well, he's caught in the moment. The allure of one more for the road, it's just too strong to resist.
Ah, the siren song of bad decisions. Gets us every time.
It really does. So our narrator, exhausted from a day of fun in the sun, decides to call it a night. Fast asleep, probably dreaming of those exotic birds you were telling me about earlier.
Vivid dreams, those tropical birds. Go on, go on.
Right, when suddenly, bam, the hotel room phone blasts them awake. 4 a.m. It's the lobby calling. And it sounds like their brother decided to turn the hallway into his own personal after-party. And not the good kind.
Oh, no. This is where things start to unravel.
And this is where our narrator makes a controversial decision. They hang up the phone and go back to sleep. Now, some might say that's a pretty cold move. But let's be real, we've all been there. Sleep-deprived, maybe a little frustrated, and let's be honest, a little resentful from years of playing cleanup crew for his sibling who just can't seem to hold their tequila.
It's that exhaustion-fueled fight-or-flight response. You're just not thinking straight.
Exactly. So our narrator, they wake up a few hours later to a symphony of missed calls and voicemails. Turns out, Big Brother did eventually find his way to their parents' room.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
Oh, but, of course. It seems like that little hallway soiree wasn't exactly by the book. Remember that broken glass door the narrator mentioned?
Oh, this is not going to be good.
Nope. Let's just say the parents got a crash course in hotel damage fees. And to add insult to injury, the hotel staff helpfully informs them that someone did answer that initial 4 a.m. distress call. But, you guessed it, that someone hung up.
Oh, the plot thickens. Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
Right. It's the ultimate betrayal, at least in the parents' eyes. And here's where things get really interesting. Instead of addressing the brother's behavior, the one who actually caused this whole mess, the parents focus their anger on the narrator.
Classic scapegoating. It's easier to blame the person who tried to sleep through it than the one who broke the door.
It's a tale as old as time. And to make matters worse, the brother, he seems to escape any real consequences for his actions. So now the narrator is left holding the bag of blame, wondering if they were in the wrong for choosing sleep over what turned out to be a very expensive and destructive night.
It really makes you think. Did the narrator prioritize self-preservation over family duty? Did the parents fail to hold the brother accountable? There's a lot to unpack there.
There really is. And I think this story raises some interesting questions about family dynamics, responsibility, and the choices we make, especially in those high-pressure, tequila-soaked situations. It's easy to judge from the outside looking in, but when you're caught in the middle of a family vacation gone wrong, it's never that simple.
Absolutely. And what's even more fascinating is how this experience will shape future family vacations. Will there be more open communication, clearer boundaries, or is this just the tip of the iceberg?
Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this story is a great reminder that sometimes the most dramatic scenes unfold not on a stage, but in a luxury hotel hallway at 4 still in the morning.
And that maybe, just maybe, it's always a good idea to pack earplugs and maybe some extra cash for those unexpected damage fees.
You got that right. All right, dear listener, that's our deep dive for today. Until next time, sleep soundly, and remember, family vacations, they're always an adventure.